Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. Troy West here. Said thank you for watching another presentation of the Solid Sports video blog. This is episode 304. Today's date is August 12th, 2025. Thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you, everybody who came for the other live. What was it? Last Thursday I was live. Um, had a good show there. Shout out to everybody that came through, my new subscribers, and my my loyal ones as well. I appreciate everybody for being here. Um, it's like I said, it's probably gonna be another short show. Summertime, it's just not a lot going on. It's just not a lot going on. So we're gonna touch on Major League Baseball, look at the current standings, um, and the playoff picture there. Um, then we will touch on some NBA. Not a lot of NBA news either. NBA sort of calms down after the first week or two of free agency. So um, we're just talking about Coach Mazzulla getting the extension for the Boston Celtics. I'll touch on that and see if there's any other news to touch on. And then in the NFL, we just look at the key points to the first week of the preseason. Really, the second week if you count the Hall of Fame game, but really the first week. Um, a lot of big storylines coming out of the first week of preseason, so we'll touch on that. Then we'll just touch on things that's going to go on with the channel. Um, but like I said, I appreciate the turnout from the last live. And I don't know when I'm going to go live again with the blog, but I'll be live tomorrow night, Wednesday night, so it'll be Forever Sky's turn to take the stage tomorrow night, and then Friday night streams. Don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. It's not gonna be nothing new, I can guarantee that. So we might just pick up on one of the games we started playing and just start from where I left it off at. Or it's one game I might do for Friday night streams, but it's not new either. I've done this game a couple years ago, so but I'll probably announce it on Thursday. Um, what game will be featured on Friday night. So thank you guys also for Saturday night with a special stream, College Football 26. Um, Madden's coming, so I probably have some Madden content coming as well. Try to get some Call of Duty content. I did a Call of Duty video in a long time. Now that it's in the fifth season, season 5 of Black Ops 6. So that's all the stuff coming up on the channel. Major League Baseball, we in what they call the dog days of summer. We're in August, so this is the month where you gotta just keep grinding, keep winning games. But the status didn't change that much between Thursday and today. Um, Blue Jays still in the first in the East in the American League. Boston 4.5 back. Yankees still sliding, but they 6 back. And Tampa 11.5, and my Orioles 15.5 back. So that haven't changed much at all. Hi Gina, how you doing this morning? Thanks for being here. AL Central Tigers. Tigers have cooled off a lot. They had a double-digit lead. Now Cleveland is just 6.5 back. So that's something to keep an eye on. I thought Detroit would ride out and just have a big lead in this division. So keep an eye on that. Kansas City 9.5 back. Minnesota, like I said, to me the Twins, to me are disappointing. I just think they got too much talent to be under 500. And the White Sox is 25.5 back. No need to talk about them much. AL West, Houston Astros, Seattle's hanging in there. They're game back. I think it's going to be between them two teams. Texas might make a little push. They 6.5 back, but it's going to be those three teams for the division and for playoff spots. Angels 10 back, and the A's are 15 back in that division. National League, Phillies has opened up a big lead over the Mets. The Mets has been struggling as well, so must be something in the New York air. Mets are struggling, and the Yankees are struggling as well. Now they're 6 back. Then you got Miami 12, my Braves 18. I already conceded. I think we ain't gonna make the playoffs this year. I think we gotta look forward to next year. Hopefully, we'll be fully healthy the whole year. And the Washington Nationals are 22 games back in the East. National Leagues, Milwaukee Brewers best record in baseball, another 10-game winning streak. I heard something, a little stat that they the first team since '78, the '78 uh, Pirates to have two double-digit leads after the All-Star break, double-digit win streak, excuse me, after the All-Star break. So that says something. But the Brewers has been a contender for the last couple of years. So, but they had a best record in baseball. That's something to say. Um, but the Cubs are 6.5 back, despite that. Cincinnati Reds 13, St. Louis Cardinals 14, and then the Pirates are 24 games out of first. And then in the West, LA Dodgers. I still think, despite the Brewers' record, despite other teams, I still just think the Dodgers are the deeper team. We'll see if that uh, rolls into the playoffs, which it has it all the time for the Dodgers. But I still believe the Dodgers, to me, is the favorite to win the whole thing, in my opinion. Um, Padres though, 1 game back, so the Padres had to been playing better baseball. Everybody else under 500. Giants 9.5 back, Diamondbacks 11, and the Rockies, yeah, the only 30 wins on the year, 37.5 games back out of first. Rockies got to be close to probably got to be the worst record ever in history. So at least to this point, so just unbelievable. Um, Thanks, Pro. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you for stopping by. Let me just get through the wild card standings, and then we'll touch on the NBA, and then we'll finally get to the NFL. That's what really most of the content will be about today, anyway. So the American League, the top 3 wild cards: Seattle +3, Boston +1.5. Then the Yankees have their last spot. The Guardians, sorry, 1 game back. Rangers 2.5, Kansas City 4, Tampa 5.5, Angels 6, Twins 6.5, Orioles 9.5, and then A's 11, White Sox 20. So, in my opinion, if you 10 back of anything, it's pretty much going to be hard for you to come back. So most of the American League is still wide open, as far as the wild cards to be concerned, anyway. So a lot of baseball to go. We're still in the middle of August, so and then the National League, Cubs 4.5 plus, they the first wild card. Then you got the Padres 3.5 plus. Then the Mets holding on to the last spot. So the Mets and the Yankees pretty much mirroring each other right now. They both got the last wild card spot, despite their struggles. Then the Reds 2 back, Cardinals 3, Giants 4.5, Miami Marlins 6, Arizona 6.5, and then everybody else more than 10. My Braves included, Pirates, Nationals, Rockies. Like I said, I declare all those teams to be finished, in my opinion. If you're more than 10 games back, it's pretty much history, and everything else is against you then. So that was it for the standings. As far as news, it's not nothing, no real MLB news. I think I looked over it. It's just, yeah, so nothing really else to talk about. So that's it. We can move on. Let's go to the NBA. What do y'all think about Coach Mazzulla? Because he got a lot of flack before they won the championship. They was thinking that they made a mistake getting rid of Udoka, which I was one of those people. But coaching, in sports, it's needed. I'm not going to say it's needed. It's not needed. I think it could be overrated at times. Boston was just the best team last year. Not taking credit away from Coach Missoula. Um, I just think Udoka, anybody. I mean, I'm not going to say any coach could have won, but uh, Boston, it was just Boston's time that year. The last, of course, this year, the Tatum injury, even though the Knicks was winning that series, probably anyway, even with a healthy Jason Tatum, the way that it was going. But I thought Boston was going to turn it around and win that series. If uh, I think Tatum was just the straw that broke the camel's back in that series and gave them, uh, got them eliminated. The next, Tatum was gone all next year, so Boston already cleaned house, got rid of Drew Holiday. I think Porzingis, is Porzingis still there? I know they got rid of a couple of guys. I think they did get rid of Porzingis. Um, but basically, this year, they're still going to be a good team. But of course, they're not considered being a championship contender. Um, but he deserves it. He won the title when people didn't think he would. A lot of people was criticizing him. Um, Even when Udoka was there, Boston was just, like I said, even in the playoffs, would just have a game where they just sleepwalking. Um, Basically play around with their opponent. But Missoula got it done, so he deserved the extension. So congratulations to him. Boston, they're going to be there. The Laws, Tatum and Brown is there, and they built the team around them. They still going to be a contender. But next year, probably a year they just want to see how far they can go with the team they got. I think Jaylen Brown, I think it's a big year for him to show. I think he'll get a chance to show if he got another gear or not, because he'd be the number one guy for sure. So I want to see that. So that's pretty much the interesting thing the Celtics got looking forward to this season. But congrats again to Coach Missoula. He gets the extension. Um, I don't think the full schedule came out yet for the NBA, but they teased some games. So opening night, you got the Rockets at the OKC Thunder. The NBA smart, Kevin Durant going back to OKC, even though he's been gone there for a while, but to go back as a Rocket, I think it's going to feel a little different. And the Thunder's coming off a championship, um, so I think that's some storyline there. Warriors Lakers always interesting because of Steph and LeBron um, going against each other. Steph is getting up there in age as well. And the games on NBC, NBC got the NBA back, so that would be great. They put out some other stuff. And ESPN and ABC still got Christmas. Also, okay, they did release some more stuff. Dr. King Day. Well, let's look at the Christmas games. We got Cavs, Knicks. That's a big game in the East. They probably be the two top teams in the East as people predict. Spurs, Thunder. This is the middle game. Rockets, Lakers at 5. Lakers, of course, always on Christmas Day. They like the Cowboys and the Lions at Thanksgiving for the NFL. Mavs, Warriors. That'd be an interesting game. T-Wolves and Nuggets. Nuggets been on a lot. Well, Minnesota and Denver, of course, they've been contenders though. But Denver's been on the last few Christmases at night. Um, so they get Christmas games. Dr. King games is usually, it's 4 games this year. It's usually 2 or 3. Bucks, Hawks. I think the Hawks are traditional and the Grizzlies are traditional, but the Grizzlies. Oh, so that's what happened. So the Grizzlies not playing on Dr. King Day this year, because they will be coming back from a game in Europe. So it messes. They had to sacrifice this game. Uh, but you got the Hawks is also a traditional Dr. King days where they still play the Bucks. Knicks, Mavs, Thunder at the Cavs, and Celtics and the Pistons will play on Dr. King Day. So I'll say so. Wednesday is the full schedule of the NBA team. These are the main games, the featured games. Um, and then you still got the play in. I mean the in-season tournament again this year probably also. Um, interesting. I just want to see. It's good. Me being old as I am, seeing NBC get the NBA back. I wonder is they going to be on during the week? I think October 21st. What day is that exactly? Let me see. Let me calculate. My birthday is on a Thursday, October 6th. So, so that's a Friday night. Okay. Okay, so they'll be able to go Friday night because the 20th is a Thursday because that's 2 weeks after my birthday. So the 21st is a Friday. So Friday, usually NBA open up on a Tuesday or Wednesday, but it's a Friday, so NBC will have it. But I wonder if is they just going to do weekends because the NBC is a national channel, national network. So if they going to have one day a week for the NBA. TNT is gone. TNT had it Tuesdays or Thursdays. So is ESPN going to pick up one of those days? So I'm just interested to see about all that. So is NBC going to have games during the week? I think they will have to because there's no other unless NBA TV. I think that still exists. So I think they're going to have to pick up one of those days, either that Tuesday or the Thursday. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait though to the NBA season. No other major storylines, but Wednesday the schedule come out. If there's anything of significance, we'll talk about it next week. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the NFL. Like I said, we only been on 17 minutes. We're not going to be on long. We're just going to look at some of the storylines from the first week of the NFL. Let's see. Should we look at? Matter of fact, hold on. Let's see. Go to the NFL. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Appreciate the likes. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, let's look at. Okay, so yeah, let's just touch on some bullet points of the NFL first, and then we'll look over the games from this weekend. I don't think it's no games till Friday this week. I think most of the games are Friday or Thursday, Friday. I mean, Friday or Saturday this week. Steelers. I thought the Steelers was finished with all their contracts, so obviously not. Cameron Hayward, defensive captain, longtime Steeler. I forgot about him. I guess everybody was so focused on T.J. Watt getting signed, which they signed him, but he's threatened to sit out games because he wants a contract extension as well. He's a veteran. I think he is needed, but obviously he's not as important as Watt, or he would have been signed. So, but I still think it's a big deal because he's the captain of the team. He's been a long-time Steeler, so it'll definitely impact the team if he's not there week one. But we'll see. I think Steelers usually handle things pretty well, so we'll see if he's signed by then. Still got 3 weeks to go, so I think he'll be, just my vibe, I think he'll be signed, but we'll see how this develops for the Steelers in a couple of weeks. This is, I guess I just saw this. This had to happen yesterday. Myles Garrett got pulled over doing 160 miles on. Not going to say it's not a big deal. Laws drinking ain't involved. I wouldn't say it's a huge deal, but just a bit of news for anything negative is not good. Um, but they said that. Oh, okay. So he had some issues with this before. Um, okay, yeah, he had an accident. Well, caused the accident. It says here. So for that reason, that's not good. He need to chill. I don't. I mean, I listen to players on their podcasts talk about speeding or why they speed. They be wanting to get away from the crowd. Maybe people sometimes following them, or to get away from the media, things of that nature, um, or the big traffic, which, well, I guess everybody speed for that reason. But whatever the reason was, I'm glad ain't nobody get hurt, but you can't keep playing with fire like this. Eventually, something bad might happen. So other than that, um, this will blow over. Um, in the next about a week or so when the season starts for sure. But I just wanted to read it, see what it was about. Um, Brandon Ayuk, Coach Kyle Shanahan for the Niners said he should be back by week 6. I think he suffered an injury last year. And the Matthew Stafford, that's been getting a lot of flack here. Well, a lot of coverage. Stafford dealing with a bad back for the Rams. I only because of Sean McVay, because Jimmy G will be the backup. I think they can still tread water without Stafford, but of course Stafford would be the key if they're gonna win anything. Jimmy G just there's just gonna be certain times that Jimmy G just can't get you over that wall. But other than that, I don't think it's a big deal. A lot of like I said, it's July, so of course people make bigger deals out of things. But Matt, he's a veteran. So far as not practicing, I'm not worried about that. If he's gonna be ready week 1, I think that's all the Rams, and I guess if you're a Rams fan, you should be worried about. As far as him not practicing and things of that nature, he's a veteran. I wouldn't worry too much about it. So to me, it's not a big deal yet. Until it carries over to the regular season. He's probably definitely not going to play any preseason games then, for sure. So, just is something to keep an eye on. But I don't think it's a big deal yet, unless it carries over to week 1 and beyond. And he's still dealing with this issue. But backs, well, I don't deal with them personally, but knowing back injuries, they don't really never go away. Basically, you gotta live with it. So just something to keep an eye on. Just something to keep an eye on. All right, so let's just look over a few games from this week. I guess I'll touch on my Ravens first. I'm a Ravens fan. I watched that whole preseason game. The Colts, of course, dealing with quarterback issues. Anthony Richardson got a injury again. So him and Daniel Jones going to probably be fighting for that spot till week 1. So that's something to look out for the Colts. Ravens, what I took away from the Ravens is the new kickers that we got. Seem like, of course, Justin Tucker is just a fan favorite. Is deeper than him just being a good kicker. But to put that to the side, maybe these kickers could step in and get the job done, and that's all you can ask for. Bengals and Eagles. Of course, the Bengals not trying to play around. Joe Burrow in the first unit looked great. That's all they wanted to accomplish. Eagles looked great as well. But the Bengals, they try not to get off to a slow start. That was significant this week. Lions, Falcons, of course. The biggest story of that game, the game got suspended due to devastating injury. I didn't see the injury. Of course, they don't never really show them again. So I didn't see the injury. I probably had to really look it up. Let me see. I think I messed up something here, but trying to. Let me see. But yeah, it had to be a bad injury for them to stop the game. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. I wanted to just get the player's name right. Maybe I could go to. So I know it was a Lions player. I just go to their page. But it had to be a bad injury. Anytime they stop a game, um, had to be something serious. That is a preseason game, so uh, and it was a classic. The Falcons and the Lions. I think they snapped the ball, just stood there. It was going to let the time run out, so the refs just waved off the game. Um, in solidarity. So that was a class act by the Falcons also because you know, of course, even though this is a violent game, you never want to see nobody get hurt. So um, okay, now I got it. Give me a second. Take it so long. Okay, so he was a safety, Maurice Norris for the Detroit Lions. He was the player that got hurt on the field. Um, what was it? Saturday night, I think it was. So yeah, so that was a um, big story from the preseason games this week. Let me go back to the scores here. Um, Browns Panthers, of course, everybody is happy for Shedeur Sanders. So was I. He played pretty well um, in his debut. He's got the start. Uh, Now, I will say this. I mean, I think this is significant because there's some people out there that thought the kid was going to flop and not play well or it's a little over his head. Despite it being other backups out there, you can come up with, with second string, third stringers out there. I get it. But still, for him to look so comfortable playing QB, that says something for him. So, but I will say also we need to slow it down, not to put too much expectations on him. It was preseason, even though he's a rookie and he proved some people wrong. Even with that, um, I still think we need to slow it down. Um, but I do think, unless the Browns are just have their own motives, I think like I said, I think Joe Flacco's going to start unless he gets hurt. Joe Flacco is the starter. Period. But I think if Flacco struggles, they're trying to push out. It seems like they're trying to push Pickett to me. For some reason, they're trying to push Kenny Pickett, but he's hurt right now. But you got to say Shedeur, especially after this game, he's the number 2, so he has a chance to play this season. But Flacco is going to be the starter. And I think he'll make the team. We'll see what he do this week. This week is going to be a big week also. Um, but he definitely played his way into possibly making this team. And I was happy for him. Everybody was happy for him. Coach Prime, I know he was happy as well. But like I said, he shouldn't have been drafted this low anyway. To me, he was a first rounder in my opinion. Probably not the number 1 quarterback. Probably Cam Ward for sure. But after Cam Ward, I think you could argue um, Shador over almost any quarterback. You put him up against almost anybody else other than Cam Ward. Cam Ward was a slam dunk to me. Um, I like Jackson Dart as well. He got drafted in the first round with the Giants. He had a good debut as well. But Shador should have been at least no less than a third round pick. Van Slider after that was just I didn't understand that. So I'm glad he got a chance to prove himself. Now they gotta build on it because now this week um, maybe he'll get the start again, and he got to probably pretty much go out there and do it again. So, um, but big showing by him. Um, Now he just had to build on that, and hopefully he'll make the team. Uh, I mean that's pretty much it. I like the way the Jets looked with Justin Fields. Um, Saints. A lot of people down on the Saints, thinking the quarterback situation is a disaster. Um, we'll see how that turns out. Um, and of course, Micah still ain't signed. Terry McLaurin still ain't signed. They're going to be news items until they are signed. But other than that, rest of the preseason went as you could expect it to go. But they was the biggest storylines from the preseason. Um, I don't think it's any major NFL news either. Other than like I said, the contract holdouts. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much all. That's it. Um, so preseason I think starts on Friday. I just had it. I can pull it back up. I think this week you'll probably see mostly. If you tell if your starters should start. Um, so Friday, yeah. So Friday is Saturday, and we got a Monday game, Bengals Commanders. Sunday night game, Bills Bears. That's on Fox. But this week you should see your starters, and then the third week is sort of can't we'll see the other games. So okay, so that's gonna do it pretty much. That's all I got for this week. Let's look at let's just see if there's any other sports news. Um, I guess the WNBA still rolling along. Caitlin Clark is still hurt, I believe. So but yeah, there's not nothing really else to talk about. So that's it. Man, I ain't gonna waste no more time. Then I'm gonna get off here. Some people popped in and said hi. I appreciate it. Join me, like I said, this week we got Fabulous Skies tomorrow night. So join me tomorrow night live. Like I said, come in the chat just like you did here. You can ask your sports questions or opinions or anything you want to give your opinion on. Just say something in the comments while I'm live. I'll definitely talk with you, talk about it. Friday night streams, 8 o'clock as well. Friday night. The game will be announced. I don't know what game. I got 2 games in mind. So stay tuned for that. And next week I gotta check my schedule. I don't know what day I'll be on next week, but I announce it on my community wall. But it'll be either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday for sure. If I have to do another day, weekend, I got another place I can record. If I have to do it. So we'll have one definitely next week. But it'll be most likely Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. But if we have to do Monday or any other day, we can do that as well. So I just keep you guys posted on that. Like I said, other news just for the channel. Thank you guys. We've been growing slowly but surely. I appreciate it so much. I'm gonna try to do some content today. Mafia, the old country. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get a Call of Duty video in somehow today. Um, what else? Ninja Gaiden, Rage Bound, Section 13. They the projects I've been working on. So keep your eye out for that. But other than that, guys, I'm out of here. Peace and love. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I see you guys next week. I announce exactly what day I'll be live next week. We'll look at more NFL preseason, or if any other sports news come about, we'll definitely cover it next week. So I thank you guys for being here this morning. Told you it was going to be a sort of a short show. Dex Pro, thank you. Gina, thank you for commenting in the comments. Appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace and love always. Thanks for the support. Thank you guys.